Hello. So let's now continue with our discussion of the air freight system. Earlier we were talking about the airway bill or the master airway bill and the intent of the IATA to cover 20 documents to translate it into electronics all across the world. Now let's go to the how the electronic airway bill process. So first, the data is sent. Second, it is initiated. Airline sends status update. Then access electronic airway bill and archiving. So these are 5 stages. First stage is freight forwarder sends electronic airway bill data to airline before the freight arrives at the airline's premises. Secondly, the electronic airway bill has been initiated in the airline system before freight arrives at the airline's premises. And third, when the cargo is ready for carriage, shipment is accepted, then the status freight on hand has now been changed from cargo ready for carriage to status freight on hand. The shipment is now received but not ready for carriage. And then finally, we have the consignee can now access the electronic airway bill, and then the electronic airway bill EAWB is archived. At this point, the items has been received already by the consignee. As of now, the airway bill has do not have 100% penetration. As of 2015. IATA records 87% in Dubai, 60% in Singapore Changi Airport, 23% in the LA and Frankfurt, 13% for the airports. And for the airlines, it is the Cathay Pacific who has the highest level of usage, which is 61%. Delta Airlines is 54%, Lufthansa is 18%. For freight forwarders, surprisingly, DHL is at 34%, and Ken Nagel is at 13%. Panalpina is at 37%. So what this means is that not everyone are using the electronic form of communication when it comes to this airway bill. And there are various factors why, for example, not all participants are using airway bill the way, even if it has its good intentions. Sometimes the government does not allow it or does not recognize it. So let's now take a look at the Hong Kong Airport, Hong Kong International Airport, use of electronic airway bill. Let us read through this case. As of April 2015, Hong Kong International Airport is the airport with the highest electronic airway bill freight volumes. Over 60% of possible shipments at the airport use the new technology. The major airline based at the airport, Cathay Pacific Group, is also one of the leading airlines in the electronic airway bill implementation process, with over 60% of possible shipments benefiting from this technology. Furthermore, Hong Kong Air Cargo Terminals Limited, or HACTL, one of the largest air cargo terminal operators at the airport, is similarly supporting the development of e-freight and electronic airway bill. These 3 main players managed to turn HKIA into one of the most advanced airports when it comes to the implementation of the electronic airway bill. As early as 2007, IATA chose HKIA as one of the 5 pilot airports for e-freight, with Cathay Pacific removing all paper AWBs from its HKIA operations in 2011. SACTL launched its Freight-Enabled Cargo Community System in 2012, which now also includes an electronic airway bill generation module. Following trials by the two major freight forwarders in Hong Kong, such as Bell International Logistics and Renos Logistics Hong Kong, COSAC Airway Bill provides a platform for further growing the use of electronic airway bill at the airport. In particular, small and medium-sized freight forwarders that are based in the Pearl River Delta can benefit from the cargo community system and the adoption of electronic airway bill, and so further growth the use of the paperless process. The case of HKIA shows that when all involved supply chain partners, like airport operators, airlines, cargo terminal operators, and freight forwarders, all of them work together to use electronic airway bills, it can boost its uptake and generate benefits along the whole air freight supply chain. And therefore, when you go electronic, when everyone works, including the national carrier, in this case for Hong Kong, Cathay Pacific is their national carrier. When they work together, then they can transform a paper-bound operations into a paperless operation. And another part of this electronic airway bill is the tracking, as you can see here. So we are done with booking, documentation, and tracking. So in tracking, where you attain a certain amount of visibility, tracking, according to Alan Guerin, head of marketing for Swiss World Cargo, highlights the need for visibility. Information exchange, for instance, looks like a big topic for our own customers. They want to know just about everything about the shipment at any time. Like, where is it? When is it going to arrive? These are critical questions. This is one example of an air freight bill label. And also, finally, you have the payments. ICT and air freight also supports the monetary flows between the organizations involved in the transport of goods by air. IATA introduced a cargo account settlement system that facilitates the invoicing and payment of air freight shipments between airlines and freight forwarders. Therefore, we can say now that the electronic airway bill has been in use for all the stages of the freight handling, including those of claim handling. The use of ICT and air freight extends to post-delivery services. In case of damage, loss, or delays of shipments, some airlines enable their customer to file claims electronically, provided it has been recorded through the airway bill, and it makes things easy once a particular item is registered fully. And then we have here some of the issues why people are not using this electronic form of communication. Number one would be cultural and managerial reasons. Some people are not used to using electronics. Second would be the legal and regulatory reasons. The country does not have yet a solid legal system to support electronic system. Technological reasons, maybe that particular airport or entity doesn't have the money to purchase this particular technology. And economic and financial reasons. So both of these are like intertwined. At this stage of our world, it is very rare where a country cannot get the technology it needs so long as it has the financial capability. So you can see here that various agreements were implemented, like Warsaw Convention of 1929, W29, Montreal number 4 of 1975, so we say MP4. And Montreal Convention of 1999, we call it MC99. So, in terms of earliest agreement, you have the W29, then MP4, and MC99. So you see here on this side, the origin, it is possible that a certain country is a signatory to both W29 and MP4. And the other one is also a signatory to W29 and MP4. So in that case, they follow the latest one. Let's look at a country that is a party to MC99. But here, he is a party to W29, MP4, MC99, so they use MC99, the latest one. There are cases, for example, where a country is a party to MC99, MP4, and W29, but its predecessor ended there at WMP4. So in that case, MP4 is used. Let's continue. There is a software called Cargo IMP, which you can check. It talks about the features and the cargo XML data and how they connect with one another. And these are the various features: the extended character set, unlimited character set, so on and so forth. Let us continue. Conclusion: adoption of e-freight is not the same for all countries. ICT has been applied in non-supply chain areas. Lufthansa Cargo started to introduce the electronic flight bag that removes the requirement for paper documents and manuals in the cockpit. Other developments include the use of ICT to direct hauliers to the right loading dock at Amsterdam Airport, and therefore speeding up the process in airport access. So much is being done on the airport level, and I hope this would show the intensity and the motivation to go electronics. All right.